It's not true.
Yes, they did.
That's not true.
Yep. And so it is.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, y'all.
Just swinging on here for a minute. Hope y'all are having a great New Year's Eve. I actually forgot it was New Year's Eve today. How weird is that? What a crazy year this has been. What's that?
No.
Yeah, it's been normal.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary happened this year. Just a normal year, you know. We just wanted to jump on for a minute and talk about healing, and healing has really become an obvious. Well, for those of you that follow Magical, healing has become the purpose. It is the purpose of Magical, but it's been such a wild ride jumping into healing, and I had
and healing on all levels.
All levels, yeah.
Like emotionally, physically, spiritually.
Yeah, healing on all levels. And just kind of want to talk about why, in our opinion, you should absolutely make healing your priority of 2021. And a lot encompasses that. Oh, let me turn the comments on. Whoops. There we go. I had no clue that my path was going to go towards healing until
definitely I didn't.
Until we got together, and I didn't even realize I needed healing.
I did, but
I was caught up in addiction, but I didn't realize a lot of the root of my addictions were things I needed to heal from childhood. It's crazy. And
I needed so much healing. I never thought I'd be able to help other people heal, themselves.
Right. And for those of you that most of you that are on here probably because this is having us go live in our group on our page, know Megan's story, but just so much deep childhood abuse of every kind and early adulthood abuse of every kind, and the damage it does to the subconscious mind, and
also
the energy, the physical illness. It's crazy. And living, where we're at now, it's been such a journey, but and healing is a process, right? Like Megan has had so much healing. There's still a little bit more to go because it's a process. But to where we're at now, I cannot think of a bigger priority for us. And looking back, if I could go back and tell myself in the past or anyone, is how healing really should be the number one priority, because of experiencing life for me personally, experiencing life without my alcohol addiction, without binge drinking, without drinking being the focal point of anywhere I went or any social gathering, frees me up in so many ways, and being able to focus my gifts and talents on being the best business owner I can, being the best child of God I can, being the best husband I can. I couldn't do all that until I healed from my addiction, at all. I tried to do well professionally, and I did well to an extent, but my alcohol definitely created a ceiling everywhere I went.
The only thing that you were doing really well was your professional life.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know how you did it, but he did it really well. And I'm it's mind blowing because, wow.
Yeah, because that alcohol was a bad one. And it's funny because people that knew me before would probably think I'm a completely 100% different person. But I'm so grateful that I made healing myself my number one priority. But when you do that, you got to go all in on it. And Megan too.
The work, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's painful.
But it's so beautiful at the end of it, Mm-hmm. And there's steps to it. And one of the things, there's multiple parts to healing. Like I said, it's not a silver bullet. It's this divine, in our experience, it's been this divine formula of things that heal. It's not
like one all fix all.
Right. Most people want this one thing that's going to do it. Right.
Of course.
And that makes sense. But it's a formula, and you heal in layers, right? It's a journey, like the journey of healing. While you are slowly, constantly going up, it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, but you're constantly going up. But it's definitely a journey, and there's a couple pieces to it. One of the ones that I do want to speak on that's close to my heart is removing the fear associated with doing the things that may bring you your healing. A lot of plant medicines, psychedelics, even meditation has been stigmatized like crazy by the fear-based religious indoctrination. There's a lot of people that still think for some reason, you sitting and closing your eyes and meditating is evil.
I know the reasoning behind it, though. It's because then it's like you're opening your mind to other things to tap in. That's where that comes from, though.
But removing the stigma of the things that may heal you, and always go within. Look, we don't have all the answers. We just know what helped us, right? So always go within for your own discernment and your answers. But there's things that are so beautiful and so healing with plant medicines, with psychedelics, ways to reprogram the mind. But there's been these measures that have been put into place, fear-based measures to control us and to keep us from our healing. The whole medical system, I'm sorry, is BS. There's good people there that are trying to do good, but the system itself is corrupt. Like, it's run by big pharma. Like, the healing that we have found, especially her, has been the total opposite of the entire medical industry.
Well, and it's taken me over 30 years. I've searched for healing. Mainly
40, yeah.
No. Mainly jerk. Mainly like for physical, mystery stuff, right? At this point, I feel like it's common to hear that, oh, someone has a mystery disease. But for many, many years, I was that person, and it wasn't common. And it's just a horrible place to be. So for those of you out there that are dealing with chronic illness, mystery illnesses, diseases that supposedly can't be cured, through diet, mindset, plant medicine, psychedelics, things can change for you.
So Chelsea, I love this comment. I'm so happy for you. Chelsea said, grateful for the past tense in your addiction. For real, she feels this. Used to struggle with drugs, and treatment was like walking up a mountain. Oh, I feel that, girl. I feel that so much. Recovery is standing at the top with a beautiful vision of life, healing, and freedom. How beautiful to still be alive and well. Oh, Chelsea, I love that. Amazing. Thank you for that comment. Addictions. And it's ironic. Like, she never struggled with addiction. Like I struggled with addiction. She had all the trauma.
I smoked marijuana a lot. I still use it. But I use it medicinally, though. And that's how I look at that one. It's something that I've stopped for years and went back when I needed it. I don't really feel like that was an addiction. But he has an addictive personality for sure, 100%.
Yeah, my addiction was rough, and it blew my mind. And again, if this works for you, that's great. But I will never forget. I went to an outpatient rehab center. I went to AA, and I was blowing my mind. That shit made me want to drink more. I was sitting around, I didn't know anything about affirmations, meditation, reprogramming the mind. But
changed my life.
Like sitting down in that meeting and being around people and me standing up saying, I am an addict. Like,
that's a horrible affirmation.
It didn't sit well with my soul. Like, I went and I didn't find any healing in that at all. I'm not saying you can't. If you're finding it, that's fantastic. Do what works for you. For me, it was the opposite of my cup of tea. I'm so glad you found your healing, Chelsea. And that's so powerful. Girl, now that you've done that, document it and use it to help other people, because there's people that are listening. There's people you may know that could use what you've been through and can learn from you. We can all learn from each other. I'm so happy for you, Chelsea. She said she almost died this year from a blood disease. So happy you can walk again, crying.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm so happy you made it through. That's awesome. Chelsea, what a story, girl. You're definitely a healer. I mean, to go through all that stuff, there's a good chance you are. So keep documenting that, and whatever you learn, use it to help other people. That's awesome. Thank you for that, Chelsea. It's not showing me who's commenting on these other ones, but Happy New Year's. It just says Facebook user. This new software I got is in the I see. I love that. That's good. Yeah, affirmations are powerful. Whatever you say, I am. After that, like, you tell your body.
Wow, listen to this one, because I get it. We do Reiki, and I know what you're talking about. And listen, read that comment.
So it's not telling us who this is, unfortunately.
I know. Who are you?
This software lets me publish live on 3 different pages, but it's not telling me who said this, but
amazing.
It says, this video came through my feed and my Reiki turned on in my left hand. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. You are amazing. That's awesome. Reiki is so amazing. Powerful. It blew my mind. It's crazy
when they pulsate in your hands.
That's what blew my mind. Whenever I got attuned with Evelyn, who's just this incredible Reiki master. Awesome. She attuned both of us. We're both Reiki masters. And getting attuned from her, it blew my mind when you can, it's like you're in a video game. Like you can literally feel your hands pulsating and getting warmed up. It's amazing. If you feel calling for Reiki, go to it. But that's awesome.
That's an amazing compliment.
That's really cool.
That's just cool. Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Awesome. So what I wanted to go back. So I was mentioning removing the stigmas around the things that may heal you, right? Because remember, foundationally, there's been all these measures that have been put into place to keep us in fear, in control, and like not to like go within and find our true selves, right? Focus on everything outside of ourselves. It's foundationally an issue right now. A lot of people are either in a victim place where they think they need things like the government or whatever to like help them, or they know they have the power within them, and you have this beautiful power. You can heal within you, and you can use your own discernment to find your path, and because you have great discernment. Understand that. You really do.
Amber.
It's Amber?
Amber, love you. Well, she didn't say that. But.
Hey, Amber. Happy New Year's to you too, girl. Can't wait. We just finalized our Belize trip. We're going to Belize next year with Miss Amber. We can't wait to see you there, Amber. But removing the stigma, right? And I've been open about it from the start. Plant medicines and psychedelics have been instrumental in my life. Now, they come with a price. Most of my family totally cut me off, doesn't talk to me, which is, it's all part of the journey, because I attracted my soul tribe, which are closer to me than my family ever was. And it's nothing against family. If you have families close to you, that's fantastic. I'm just saying my journey, because of my dedication and love and my optimism and conduciveness of plant medicine and psychedelics, how they changed and helped me in my life, and how I like promote them, and how I know they're going to help heal the world. That because there's so much conditioning in this system. You guys ever heard of the Agent Smith effect? That's whenever you're talking about something in the Matrix and then you say something that goes against the system, and whoever you're talking to turns into Agent Smith and they like defend it immediately. That's a real thing, man. That shit happens. And so there's the journey of healing, especially for me. There were so many twists and turns. And there was this point where a lot of my family completely fell out. And it was a little scary at first. And a lot of my old friends fell out. And it was a little lonely at first. But have faith that when you're on your path of healing, there's something greater in store for you. And because I went with my heart, not my head, I went with my heart. And I was like, wow, these medicines are helping me. I feel happier than I've ever been. I feel closer to God than I've ever been in my entire life. I attracted my soulmate. Like these medicines, it's not like they're the reason, but they're a fantastic tool that helped me with that. I had faith, and then I attracted this beautiful soul family. We have a magical inner circle. My people I talk to online, I've attracted this beautiful soul family with me now. Believe in the community. Yes, Chelsea, you're absolutely right. There is a community, and a lot of people right now are going through this shift where people they may have either biologically been close to or grew up with may be falling out, and there's these new people that are coming into their lives that they have not known all their lives, but you're immediately close to them.
Yeah, like connect.
It's crazy. I get chills thinking about it because you have this incredible connection, and this connection, it's authentic and it's loving. And the magical's covering my eye. That's okay. It's we're still figuring this out.
Well, we're not in our.
We're usually in our office, but we gave the team the day off. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, but that's part of healing too. Part of healing, stepping into your power, going against the grain, because again, I don't want to talk in absolutes, but the majority of people, you're going to find your healing in something that may be unorthodox from the system, right? And to do that, you got to have strength and courage and stand up for something that may not be acceptable in the mainstream. So that's a big part of it too, removing those stigmas, trying to remove those stigmas and go deeper within yourself, overcoming the fear of it. But there's a lot of different modalities that you could try out too. Like foods have been a major one. I just had this talk with my employees before we left yesterday, and there are so many GMOs and foods, and there's so many sugars packed into foods, so much stuff. And it's a slow death. Foods are a slow death, and
Yeah.
they're grateful now there's alternatives that are coming out there that are really helpful. And this is a big reason why Magical just had a major pivot. We're always going to be doing these beautiful healing ceremonies. And obviously, I put on the little banner here. We do have 2 spots available for February. I'm sorry, January.
I'm like, wow, we got a lot more than that.
We have more than that in February. We do them once a month. We do have 2 spots available. We'll always be doing these beautiful ceremonies. We're going to be going to retreats. We're going to be moving to international retreats. So for certain reasons, we're going to be moving to international retreats. We're always going to be doing the ceremonies. We're always going to be putting out good stuff to help people, books and stuff. But we just had a major shift, divine shift of foods. Yep. Like Megan has had to like go through the ringer and find really good healing foods. So we're going to have a whole food line that comes out. That
I didn't want to just fast like every day.
Right, right.
And you know, and like that's like that was the only other option for me to feel good and start to heal is either fast or change your diet. I've tried every diet out there, you guys, like everything. Like I don't even like eating meat, and I tried the carnivore diet because I was so desperate for healing. You know, I've tried so many things. Yep.
And food's a big part of healing. It really is. There's no getting around it. The difficult part is, arguably, food is our greatest addiction. It is our greatest addiction. Is it important to make this food shift before the international retreat? Oh, we're going to be doing foods before the international retreat. The foods, we have all the materials. We're going to be making those within the next probably 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be
plant-based.
All plant-based, all vegan, all raw.
So it is perishable, you know? Yeah. Just think you're in Italy.
It's going to take, it's going to be delicious though. The ones, there's like these nut butters that we're making.
Oh yeah, they're
like
amazing.
Oil-free, sugar-free, delicious nut butters, magical maple butters.
You guys. Like, and I'm talking amazing. And the nut butters are so creamy.
So good. And
then we've got like the skincare and all that stuff coming out too. So lots of cool stuff.
And dressings and good stuff there.
The dressings. We like created a dressing like randomly on our own.
Oh,
we're
so
like,
good.
what is this?
So
it's amazing.
The foods are a big part. But that's what I wanted to talk about on your healing journey. Food is going to be a big part of everyone's healing journey. You got to be clean. I'm not saying you have to eat one certain way, but just figure out what works best for your body, because the shit that they push out there, they market to us, the fast food, the restaurants, the oils are horrible.
Even healthy
canola oil is horrible.
And healthy places use it. And so it's like your dish is no longer healthy. And yeah, don't even get me started on that.
Oils are the worst, man.
And raw foods and high fruits, which I don't know why. I just never would have. That was the least I was, appealed to, or lifestyle. And I can tell that it's healing.
Yeah, actually, we haven't even updated anyone. Are we a month in now?
It's been one of the easiest diets.
So we went, for those of you that are just tuning in, that haven't been following us, we decided to go fruitarian for a year, and we do 80.
As long as I didn't get like really bad.
Right. We do 80% fruit and nuts, 20% raw vegetables. So 80% fruit, nuts, 20% raw vegetables, and it has been mind blowing. I feel so good. I am so clear headed, so much energy. My workouts are better. It's been a cool experience for us.
And like I tried paleo for like several years, then keto, then carnivore.
We've tried all the different. Yeah, we've tried all the different, every one we've tried because of wanting to know the healing modalities of it. Oh, thank you, Chelsea. You're awesome too. It's great to see you on here, Chelsea.
You're cool. But thank you.
Yes, thank you. You're awesome too. But yeah, foods are such a big part of it, y'all. And it's it's one of the greatest addictions.
We'll even talk about like anxiety. Like y'all, if I eat soy, I go cuckoo, cuckoo.
Oh, it's bad.
Like, I mean, really, I'm like a different person.
Watch out.
Like, who is this person? I mean, it's crazy. But like foods can give you anxiety besides entities in your like energetic field, and obviously, but yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's food is either toxic, poison, or medicine.
Absolutely. Foods are such a huge part of it. And they're so addictive. It's the greatest addiction. It really is, because they put chemicals in our food to get us addicted to the food. And they pump it full of sugar. And it's like no, it's not going to kill you when you eat it, but over the course of 10 years, it is going to create disease. Like it just will. Like foods are a huge part of your healing journey. You know, I talk about plant medicines and psychedelics a lot, but foods are essential. That's a big, and it's a hard one. It's a hard one to accept because we crave, we're addicted to it.
Oh my God. Remember pizzas, those Italian pizzas and the ice cream mochi back in the day? Oh, the ice cream strawberry mochi back in the day. Oh man,
like
I eat the whole.
When you're plugged into the matrix, ignorance is bliss, right?
Oh yeah, here I feel like shit.
But the thing is, the beautiful thing on the other side of it, though, I will say, doing this fruitarian thing, I don't feel the attachment to food anymore.
It's weird, and I stay full longer.
Yeah.
We can't overeat on fruit, raw vegetables.
Much less, much less, and there's no attachment.
And I never knew I overate before, and I'm like, oh shit, I ate a lot compared to this.
Right.
And I've had no blood sugar issues, y'all. I've had severe hypoglycemia since a child, and it's even when I ate protein, you know, it helped, but like I still had attacks. Remember, you saw it all the time.
Oh yeah.
And then since doing this fruitarian diet and this raw diet, you would think, because I was taught not to eat fruit because the sugar's in it. But then I learned, okay, I was taught that, so maybe I should try the opposite.
Anything you were taught in the system, do the opposite.
So I did, and I've had 0 episodes with my blood sugar crashing.
Yep. And it's beautiful to remove that attachment too. We are so conditioned to attach to things. When you remove that, you can still enjoy your food, but it doesn't own you. Right? It doesn't like.
Don't get me wrong. I miss pizza though. I do. I mean, when we go to Italy again, their ingredients are better. So I'm just saying, it's all about balance.
But it's cool. It's cool not having that attachment. So foods is a big part. Obviously, plant medicines. We talk about that too. You know, what spawned a lot of this was her ayahuasca ceremony. Ayahuasca. But I'll tell you what, there was a lot of fear connected to that, conditioned fear. And you know what's crazy? Even though, salads are awesome. Oh, Chelsea,
I love salads. We eat them every day. Fruit and salads. That's what we eat
fruit
every
and
day.
Salads. That's what we do. Yep.
And nut butters.
The ayahuasca. Here's the crazy thing about the ayahuasca ceremony. She had so much freaking healing from it. We got back. Her family and parts of my family still thought it was bad, even though she processed her PTSD and it's nothing against them. It's the indoctrination. It's the religious fear-based indoctrination. They will see.
But can I explain why?
Because they think it's demonic. They think that.
Because you are so. Oh, it is true. When you do ayahuasca, you are open. That's why it's very important. You are in a very safe environment
and do it with people
a legit
of the
shaman,
light.
right? But I mean, they don't know a lot about it, but I mean, they believe that like it opens you up, so then something demonic can come in, and they say that the demonic thing can present themselves at a light or give you some healing to get you like bought in, just to string you down a wrong path. Like that's where, but that is, I mean, I'm assuming that's what they're thinking.
It's been as much as I try to be able to understand other people's point of view, how you can see someone profoundly heal, process 20 years of PTSD, and then be like, no, that was from something evil. You shouldn't do that. Like, would you rather her live her life with PTSD?
No, they don't. They would not.
I know, but I'm just saying it blows my mind sometimes. So,
or like how like someone will ask for like, can you fact check that or give me the scientific proof or whatever? And it's like, but I'm telling you my experience. Like
it blows my mind that people would rather have a report from a scientist from the system rather than a direct experience. Like there is nothing I've found more effective than a direct experience, but we've been so controlled and conditioned to go
at least open to listening to it if someone experienced something.
Right. But we've been so conditioned to go to the system for answers and the system for help and the system for facts rather than going within you. Going off of your experience, going with your discernment.
And you can feel everything's energy, so you can feel the energy when you
The purging. Chelsea said the purging being a cycle breaker, divine guidance isn't the opposite of demonic. Yes, you retrieve parts of yourself to learn lessons. Yes. Oh, the purging. She loved the purging. So.
That was my favorite part.
That was rough. The purging was rough.
6 hours of projectile nonstop. That was
She's
insane.
never done it, but love hearing the experiences, waiting for the right time. It'll call to you. When it calls to you, Chelsea, that's when you know it's the right time.
He's making me go back, girl.
We're going in April again. And Chelsea, feel free to DM us. We have some connections in the plant medicine space that are all of the light. But yeah, feel free to DM us about that. So it's not so public. But yeah, if she calls to you, Chelsea, go for it, man. But when she calls to you, for sure, because it's kind of an ultimate experience for sure. Yeah, it is.
But it's not. I mean, no one in that ceremony there was one other guy that had a pretty rough time. Other than that, out of like 40 people, everyone was okay. It was just me.
I had a beautiful experience.
And I did not.
Beautiful experience personally.
I had like the most extreme opposite you can get that.
Yeah, she did. That's true. Let me make sure.
The only thing that would have been worse would have been actually dying.
So there's what did I go over the foods, the stigmas of the plant medicines. And we went over ayahuasca. There's other beautiful plant medicines too. Iboga is great for addiction. If you've never heard of Iboga and you have addiction or you know someone with addiction, research that right now.
Usually 1 or 2 ceremonies. I'm not going to say that, but like it's a high percentage.
Like 90% of the time it cures addiction. And we have 2 people that we've interviewed on our podcast that are fantastic Iboga facilitators. So if anyone needs a connection for Iboga, shoot us a message.
And one, their niche is eating disorders.
Eating disorders, that's right. And yeah, psilocybin mushrooms are so powerful. So powerful. Those are beautiful for processing suppressed trauma, epiphanies, opening your heart.
Yeah. Receiving like downloads. It's amazing.
Rape.
That's how I knew, because I was doing carnivore diet, even though I love animals and I did not want to eat them. I was just trying to heal.
Yep.
And I did a mushroom trip, and the mushrooms told me high fruit, raw vegetables. Yeah. And my mentor confirmed, because he's real in tune. And he's like, yeah, that's what you're on the right, because every time I'd ask him, he's like, no, you're on the right path. No. And he was like, finally, like, yes, you're on the right path. You're going to feel better in 6 months, but you need to do it for a whole year. So I was like, I'm going to commit to this for a year.
That's right. The mushrooms will tell you.
It hasn't been hard.
No, I know.
It hasn't been hard.
The mushrooms will tell you. There's this divine energy to it. And most of you that follow us know I did a heroic dose about a month or so ago. And I came back from that with some beautiful messages of everything's going to be fine. They're programming this new reality for everyone. We're all powerful co-creators. So be careful, be focused on the best possible timeline and all that, because you're co-creating and all kinds of good stuff. Right. So mushrooms are fantastic. Yeah. But it's not just when you process trauma, because remember, when you deal with a traumatic event as a child or young adult, the brain doesn't know how to process it. So it disassociates and it blocks that out and it shoves that energy in. You suppress that energy turns into anxiety, depression, chronic illness, insomnia. So that's all suppressed trauma. So yeah, a huge part of healing is processing that suppressed trauma. But the other part, you still have to reprogram that subconscious mind.
Affirmations.
Have to do that. Meditation, affirmations, a consistent morning routine of writing.
Can I say something? If you are someone that you're like, I know for a fact I ain't going to do ayahuasca, I ain't going to do iboga, I ain't going to do the mushrooms, although the mushrooms can be quite pleasant. But if you're still like, no, then I urge you to do breath work.
Yes. Oh, great point. So breath work is so powerful. And that's actually one of the reasons I got
you realize
tattoo.
my shout out to my homie, Paul Grosso. He always says, you are the medicine. And it didn't really click until, you got to feel it to heal it. That's what ayahuasca taught me. Boohoo fest. But yeah, we can produce DMT through breath work, and it can open subconscious like memories and stuff. And it's crazy. You can also receive, it connects you, you're higher vibrational, you're connected, and you can receive, so much information. And just anytime you go quiet, you're that's when you can receive amazing
breath work
things.
is
So
powerful.
You are the
Breath
medicine.
work is so powerful when you do it the right way. Breath work is so powerful because you produce that DMT in your lungs, right? And that DMT travels up and it can help you process stuff just with breath work.
And you will vibrate.
You will vibrate like crazy if you've never done it. Oh my gosh,
awesome
it is such a cool
I love
experience.
doing it. Paul Grosso, I'm sure all of you that are in our group know who he is.
Oh yeah, he's at our ceremonies. He actually plays at our ceremonies.
He facilitates with me.
He facilitates also. Yep. He facilitates cacao ceremonies, and he brings rape in for our ceremonies. So that's what I was going
to say. So I tried doing a specific type of breath work, and I only like his rape, by the way. I've tried others, and I ain't trying others no more. But his is amazing. And I did a certain type of breath work immediately after getting the rape, because I mean, initially it burns. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I just have I snorted wasabi or something. And man, it is an amazing feeling doing it. I mean, it's amazing when you're not on anything, just doing breath work, just not alone. But if anyone does, participate in that medicine using the tobacco, the rape, I urge you to try, if you haven't, try some breath work when you take it, like initially right away, like some pretty intense breath work. You don't have to do it for long either. And you will feel so
We're
amazing.
adding that to our ceremony. So our healing ceremonies are intense, and it's about 9 or 10 hours long. There's like 5.
They're not intense compared to like ayahuasca.
They're not compared to ayahuasca, no.
Right.
But there's like 9 or 10 different things we do, and about 5 major healing modalities. But we added the rape, and that breath work is a big part of that. Breath work is so powerful. So it's a beautiful, beautiful experience with that breath work. But breath work is a great modality too. These are all things. The whole point of this talk is make 2021 your healing your priority. These modalities we're talking about, go within. Try those out, utilize them, breath work, try the foods, the reprogramming the subconscious mind. That has to be a consistent thing in your routine. Feel it out about which medicines call to you. Yep, movement, absolutely.
Exercise,
all that stuff. It's there's no silver bullet. It's a formula.
Your body is a temple.
Yep. And so you find your divine formula that heals you. First of all, know you can heal. You will heal. Know that to be true. Okay.
Yep. And when you're sick, instead of saying I'm sick, say I'm healing.
That's right.
I'm working. It's hard when you don't feel well, but.
Yep. Absolutely. You got to do that. Yep. Words are powerful. Don't even joke about something negative. But yeah, it's all divine formula. Work on that. Make healing your priority in 2021 because you're worth it. You deserve it. And living a life when you're healed or close to being healed is so much more peaceful and fulfilling.
It'll set you free.
It sets you free. And every one of you deserve that. You deserve that freedom. And then once you're at that point, you deeply feel and know you're part of your purpose is to help other people find their healing. It's all how it works. And this is why we're in the time we're in. It's time for the world to heal. It's time for every one of you listening this to heal. And that's what we're all going to do. That's why we're creating this new earth together. It's going to be a beautiful 2021. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Don't buy into the fear-based BS timelines right now. Keep your vibration in unconditional love, joy, gratitude. That's what be all about it. That's what you'll attract. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. The last thing we'll mention, we do have 2 spots available left for our magical healing ceremony in January. It's going to be mid-January. So DM us if you have any questions or interested. We'll be happy to give you the info with that.
Enjoy.
And then we do have a few more slots open on our magical inner circle too. Our inner circle, we talk every day on a Marco Polo group. You don't have to, but we have a little Marco Polo group where we talk each day. We do a monthly call. We're actually doing a monthly call this Sunday with Ricardo. Can't wait. So we have a few slots open in our magical inner circle and 2 more available for January. Thank you for being here with us. You can heal. You will heal. Make 2021 the year where healing is your priority.
Right now, yep. I am healing.
That's right. I am healing. Say it out loud. Say it, mean it, and know it. So it is. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night out there.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and happy healing.
Happy healing.